This beautiful evening. My name is David Ebling. I'm the proud headmaster of Fairfield Ward, and I'd like to review a few details for tonight's ceremony before we begin. We have two locations for a professional photographer this evening. One at the end of the patio and who will take a picture, and another who will take a picture during the awarding of your diploma. These will be available to families, so there is no reason to come forward to the stage. We also have a roaming photographer who may be on the roof that will be taking pictures as well to get a bird's eye view. Our exits are located behind you where you entered our courtyard. In the event of an emergency, we ask you to please use those doors. The graduates and faculty will use the doors behind me. Hopefully you have a copy of this evening's program. There are no formal introductions, so please follow the program for the speakers. Our graduates and faculty will enter the courtyard in just a few minutes. We ask that you remain seated during the processional so everyone has a view of our graduates tonight. You will stand when we sing America the Beautiful and the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you and welcome to Fairfield Ward High School's commencement ceremony.
the skies for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for patriarchy, that sees beyond thy years, thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good evening. My name is Colleen McCurley, and it is my honor to welcome you to the Class of 2019's commencement ceremony. We are very excited to be sharing in this important milestone with everyone here, including our friends, families, and our amazing ward staff. We could not have done it without you. A special welcome to First Selectman Mr. Tetro, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Tony Jones, whose tweets were a favorite on everyone's Twitter timeline, members of our Board of Education and central offices. We would like to take a moment to thank Mr. Ebling. Our 4 years at Ward could not have been possible without you. This graduation is not just a goodbye to our class, but a goodbye to you. We thank you for your many years of service to our school. We would also We would also like to thank our class advisors, Danielle Jerkowitz and Leanne Searles, and all the members of our faculty that have made our experience truly welcoming, academic, respectful, dynamic, and ethical. It's hard to believe our 4 years at Ward have come to a close, but our time as Mustangs will never be forgotten. The diploma we are about to receive is more than just a piece of paper. It stands for 18 years of hard work, for late night studying and early morning coffee runs, for too many hours cramming for a project we should have started weeks ago, for every test, failed or passed, and for the most amazing memories with people we have watched grow up and others we have just met. For dressing up and capturing endless memories under some solar panels, and for 4 years of cheering, "Here we go, Ward." Congratulations, class of 2019, we made it.
Recently, my father, a movie enthusiast, convinced me to watch the movie The Breakfast Club. This classic depicts 5 high school students from different walks of life enduring the same Saturday detention. Only being able to see each other's differences, it isn't until they're sitting on the floor of the 1980s library confessing their fears, talents, and aspirations, when they recognize that their differences lay the foundation for common ground. They see they are all deeper, unique individuals who have so much more to offer than they ever knew or expected. They just needed to take the time to realize it. We all enter this place young and nervous, drowning in a sea of so many unfamiliar faces. As the days pass, the concrete walls become so comfortable, these faces so familiar, and we can grow into the people we were meant to become. Some of us have found our identity on the sports field, some in the mechanic's garage. Some have blossomed in the black box theater into actors, musicians, future politicians. Regardless which path we took, we sit here today not only better students, but better people than we were when we entered this place. The Breakfast Club, a story of identity, reminds us that regardless of where we started or who we are now, the one thing we all have in common is we are all uniquely amazing in our own ways. Amazing. A word that can be used to describe each and every one of us. It's amazing that Zach Mudd can solve a Rubik's Cube in 37 seconds, and Kate Ianazzi can sing the entire alphabet backwards. It's amazing that Julie Orban can do 72 push-ups in a row without breaking a sweat, and Megan Buck is a freestyle-level figure skater. It's amazing that Dustin Brown is a nationally ranked Scrabble player, and Letitia Pierres offered to do any girl's prom makeup for free. It's amazing that Andrew Bantle can install a car's alternator, glow plugs, and fenders in 9 hours, and Ethan Larkin received a National Scholastic Silver Key for his artwork. It's amazing that Janie Boulder-Genie spends her weekends working with foster dogs, and Noah Igram can run a mile in 4 minutes and 35 seconds. That Caroline Young has been to 47 countries, Will Stern is a black belt in karate, and Jordan Parsons has choreographed 34 of her own dance routines from scratch. Amazing, amazing, amazing. The purpose okay. The purpose behind this list of odd talents is to remind you all something I hope you have not forgotten. You are amazing in your own unique ways. See, the special part about high school is we're all living very distinct lives that mirror each other so closely. We've all felt the pride of receiving our first good grade and the pain of receiving our first bad one. We've all felt the excitement of rushing a court in Ludlow territory and the sting of losing to a crosstown rival in the last few seconds. We've all snuck 15 minutes late into first period holding a Dunkin' coffee and a Country Cow bacon, egg, and cheese with absolutely no feeling of guilt or shame. We've all grappled with rejection and radiated in a moment of acceptance, whether this be in terms of a friend group, a college decision, a job, or a sport. We've all made mistakes, but learned the same thing. Grow from them, learn from them, and do not let them define us. But most importantly, we've all found our people. We've surrounded ourselves with individuals who lift us up and remind us that we're amazing. But the greatness that exists within Ward's walls is not limited to strictly students. Mr. Donlin has his own band. Mr. Kennedy is an avid a cappella singer. Mr. Giacomo has a hidden passion for roller derby. Miss Freehill can recite every line of The Lion King and then do it backwards. Mr. Sahowski and Mr. Saganos own their own clam baking company. Everyone's favorite custodian, Gus, speaks 5 languages. And Miss Atria has worked in our library for 21 years and, I quote, has loved every single day of it. The uniqueness that exists within the faculty at this school allows them to recognize and cultivate each of our individual talents. Just as we acknowledge each other, it's equally important we acknowledge those who have helped us get here. I encourage each of you to extend a thank you to the members of the faculty who have helped you grow into the amazing people you are today. But don't stop there. Thank your parents, grandparents, sisters, cousins, brothers, teammates, friends. Grasp the wholehearted time and love the people sitting in front of us today have given unconditionally. They deserve to be recognized before anyone else. The Breakfast Club unites 5 individuals just as Ward has united us. Ward was far more than a place which fostered our individual growth. It was a place which intertwined all of our unique paths. A place which introduced us to 400 people who stood beside us during the most exciting and confusing years of our adolescence. A place which brought us some of our mentors and role models. A place which brought us some of our lifelong friends. As we leave our comfort zones and wander off to new ventures, I hope you remember where you came from. But more importantly, I hope you remember who was by your side. Congratulations, class of 2019. Thanks, Jackson. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? My grandfather is in the audience tonight, and he always starts his speeches with that phrase. He's always been so supportive of me, so I just had to check that my volume's okay. Judging by the fact that I see him crying over there, I think I'm good. It was about this time last year, I was trying to figure out who I was going to ask to write my recommendations for college. I'm sure I was not the only one in that boat. In this process, you're looking for someone who knows you well, someone who supported you, and someone who will take the time to actually write nice things about you. All in a letter that, for better or for worse, you will never get to see. As I was making my mental list of whom I could ask, I realized that there were a lot of people here at Ward who were instrumental to my success. My list of what was supposed to be like 2 people ended up being closer to 10. Deciding to go down this rabbit hole, I challenged myself to physically list all of the teachers who I'd had since kindergarten, which soon diverged again, becoming a list of all of the people who'd helped me over the years. To my surprise, I ended up with about 100 people who had no familial relations, but all had taken the time to care about me and help guide me on my way. There were camp counselors, dance teachers, physical therapists, and so many more. And without them, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Even though most of us never sit down and make such a list, it is worth taking a moment to think about those who've supported us along our journeys. After all, we are only as strong as those we surround ourselves with. The African proverb, "It takes a village," is evident in all of our journeys to be here today. We are up on this stage because our family, friends, teachers, mentors, coaches, teammates, and peers took the time to get us to this point. These are the people that cheered at our successes and picked us up when we fell. They were always there when we needed them the most. The best part of having a village is that you're never alone. Having a community to rely on provides the perfect safety net to take a risk, all the while knowing you have somewhere safe to return to if things don't go as planned. In 1996, Hillary Rodham Clinton wrote the book, "It Takes a Village." She emphasized the shared responsibility that society has to raise its children. In the book, Clinton discusses how in a village, whether it's direct family or ministers or teachers, it takes an entire community looking out for a child for that child to succeed. It is important for the community to come together because helping raise even just one child is a way to make the world a better place for everyone for the future. The idea of this is that we're shaped by others in more ways than one, just as we also shape those around us. As Clinton puts it, the simple message of "it takes a village" is relevant as ever. We are all in this together. So as we move forward, we should keep in mind Reverend Henry Melville's words from an 1855 sermon. "We cannot live for ourselves alone. Our lives are connected by 1,000 invisible threads, and along these sympathetic fibers, our actions run as causes and return to us as results." I'd like to encourage everyone over the next few days to take some time to think about those who have supported us and thank them for all they have done to help us get to where we are today. We can learn from these people and their actions and use that as inspiration to live our lives for others as Melville encouraged us to do. We are going to meet a lot of new people in the next few months. We are going to explore new cities and try new things. We are going to begin forging ties that will hopefully last a lifetime. We are joining the real world where our connections will carry more weight. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be scary, but that's a good thing. It means we care about becoming the kind of people who end up on the thank you lists of high school students in reflective moods. Thank you.
Hi. So I think the fact that I'm standing up here today has finally proved, once and for all, that I'm Indian. That's my favorite line in this whole thing. So last summer, on a quest for self-discovery, I went on a bit of a recluse to Chicago. I actually had the opportunity to get together with a large group of Indian kids at the YJA, Young Jains of America, convention, where one of the main goals was to meet kids like us from all around the world. Now, as I briefly alluded to before, I am Indian. So I figured going to a place that was going to be full of people like me, I knew exactly what to expect. Instead of playing cards, kids would be playing chess. Instead of late nights partying, there'd be late nights studying. Conversations would die within 30 seconds. And don't get me wrong, this all happened. But I also discovered some things I hadn't anticipated. I met Indian children who hated math. You're laughing a little bit, but that's a big deal. I met Indian people who were really tall. I'd never seen anything like it. Now, each person at the convention had this cool thing where everybody got a QR code, and there was this cool app where if you scan somebody's code, you'd get all their social media, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever anyone uses. You just one scan, you get it all. So I'm buying into it. I scan a few people's codes. I let a few people scan mine. Everybody's excited, meet new people, make new friends. Then all of a sudden, I get a text from a kid who had scanned my code earlier. Now, I won't say his real name, but we'll call him Jawaharlal. No reason, I just like that name. Now, let it be known that I am aware that some people text in unique ways. We all have those specific quirky things we do over text, whether it be the emojis we send or our severe disregard for punctuation, that helps define our virtual persona. I like to call it our textual identity. Thank you, I appreciate that. So now, right off the bat, I can see that Jawaharlal's textual identity is extremely unique. He's just different. He texts me and he goes, "Hi, can I get to know you?" Smiley face, thumbs up, fist bump, smiley face with the tongue out, I don't know, everything you could think of, he sent me all of it. And I didn't really know how to respond. But to be honest, it was kind of a shock to be asked a question like that. A question that, right from the start, was clearly probing for a deeper connection. Can I get to know you? I mean, I'm no genius. I once thought a walrus and a walnut were distant cousins. But I'm pretty sure that's not how you ask that. But oftentimes we get caught up in the day-to-day world of small talk that we forget the reason for its very existence, to get to know someone. Looking back on my time here at Warde, I'm never going to remember all the academic voyages I've embarked upon. I'm never going to remember the grade I got on a physics midterm, or the English essay I wrote on Macbeth, or how to use noodle tools to cite my sources. Sorry, Miss Mack. What I will remember are the relationships I formed, the relationships that we formed, through observation, through conversation, and through joking around with different people. Because if you can do those three things, if you can quietly observe, if you can converse, and if you can joke around with different people, you're going to make connections that will define how you come to understand yourself. I didn't know who I was coming into high school. Like many kids, I was caught up in getting good grades and doing well in school, justifying it by saying I wanted to push myself to see how good I could be. But looking back, I realized I have no idea why I wanted to do all that. I guess I was afraid of what would have happened if I didn't. Maybe I wouldn't be up here today. Maybe I wouldn't have felt so limited in terms of who I thought I was expected to be, because that's what I was really doing, wasn't it? By getting good grades, by putting a lot of time and effort into school and academics, I was inadvertently creating a persona for myself as soon as I walked through those doors. It felt like a prison. Like I couldn't get out of the reputation of being that smart Indian kid who was good at academics, but who probably didn't do anything else besides science ball. Felt claustrophobic, as if that was my destiny. That's just who I was. And if I didn't live up to it, I was a failure. Failing as something I didn't even want. But that's what life is, isn't it? You put these expectations upon yourself. You put these chains upon yourself without ever realizing that you're the only one who can get them off. Unless your dad's a locksmith, he can probably get them off, whatever. And now every day I realize how fortunate I am to have gotten my chains off, to have taken the time to look up every once in a while, to have taken the time to get to know someone. Because if I didn't, maybe I never would have gotten to fully appreciate all the really cool people sitting next to me right now. I know it was mentioned before by Jess, but we have a class of diverse and truly talented individuals, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, and I truly mean that, I was honored to be a part of that. Truly. We get a lifetime to educate ourselves, but we only got 4 years with these people. What I'm saying to you is that we get a lifetime to learn more things, but you're never going to fully understand how much time you have with the people around you right now. What I'm saying is that you should take the time to laugh at yourself, to defy what's expected of you, and to never be afraid to ask someone if you could just get to know them. As for Jawaharlal, I did end up texting him back, and I found out that he was actually a competitive poetry writer, and this is the good part, he failed calculus. He's a damn inspiration. My point is, Jawaharlal was different, and so am I, and so are we. So don't put people behind bars. Scan their code, because oftentimes who they actually are just might end up surprising you. Thank you very much. And if anybody wants to scan my code, I have it right here. All my social media, come find me afterward. I'll give it right to you. I'll give it to you. Let me pass it on right now. Hey, take care. Thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2019. Thank you, everybody.
That was some awesome speeches. Thank you, students. Before we begin our presentation of the graduates this evening, we would like to thank some people that made tonight possible. Thank you to Mrs. Connor and the Fairfield Ward High School School Orchestra and our chamber singers under the direction of Mrs. Lauren Verney Fink. Thank you. As I just mentioned, our student speakers, bravo on a job well done. We also take a moment and thank all of the parents, families, and friends that are here to join in our celebration this evening. We thank you for sending us such great young people to work with every day. You have terrific kids. You should be very proud this evening. Thank you. To the faculty of Fairfield Ward High School that sit up here on the podium this evening surrounding our students, we say thanks for your sincere concern for the well-being of every member of the class of 2019. And for your tireless efforts and many talents that have prepared these students so well for what lies ahead. Thank you. To the advisors of the class of 2019, Ms. Jerkowitz and Mrs. Searles, you provided this class with guidance and with memorable and fun activities throughout their 4 years at Ward. On behalf of the graduates, we thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite our housemasters and Mr. Fry to join Ms. Campbell and I up here. Thank you. Before our graduates receive their diplomas, we pause to acknowledge our faculty here this evening that will also be graduating and retiring. Please join with us in presenting a Fairfield Ward High School diploma and congratulate, and they step forward to receive their diploma, please. Gail Atruia, Martha Becker, William Deegan, and Gary Kiricone.
And we have one more diploma to award to a student who is finally graduating after 23 years with the Fairfield Public Schools and 4 years as headmaster at Fairfield Warde High School, to Mr. David Ebling.
Events such as graduation and the coordination for this event starts in early January every year. It would not have been possible without the daily work of Nancy Rice. Please join me in giving her a round of applause. Thank you, Nancy. A special thank you also to our activities directors, Allie Freehill and Amy McIntosh. Their attention to detail has made for a wonderful evening. Thank you. And to the class of 2019, you are leaving a great legacy. We asked you to provide leadership and to model our core values to make Fairfield Warde the welcoming, academic, respectful, dynamic, and ethical environment we strive to be every day. You did this and more in a way that makes us exceedingly proud of the class of 2019. Thank you. Dr. Jones, members of the Board of Education, and Central Office Administration, as a proud headmaster of Fairfield Warde High School, and on behalf of our dedicated faculty, staff, and administration, it is a source of great pride for me to present this senior class, the class of 2019, to you and the Fairfield community. They have met the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Connecticut and the Fairfield Board of Education. Their exemplary achievements in all areas of our comprehensive academic program and in every facet of school life has brought honor to them and to our school and make them most deserving of the recognition we are about to bestow. We will now present the members of the Fairfield Warde High School class of 2019.
We ready? Aaliyah Augustin. Dustin Brown. Nicholas Crescione. Olivia Enhofer. Nicholas Fawcett. Elizabeth Fell. Daniel Fodor. Jeremy Garskoff. Ronaldo Adiu. Noah Igram. Abigail Kellerman. Leangela Manigault. Lucas Montero. Kanman Nam. William Pisani. Gabriel Regis. Lauren Risley. Sophia Sancho. Emily Sforza. Jaden Sneed. Matthew Spiegel. Riley Valenzuela. Keenan Yu. John Babbage. Megan Buck. Irma Sirakovic. Sinead Cosgrove. Alphonsus Donahue. Emma Flanagan. Isabella Giacomazza. Nicholas Giacomazza. Samuel Greenberg. Achint Gupta. Matthew Holden. Carly Jones. Omar Khatib. Caroline Loff. Colleen McCurley. Cecilia McElroy. Ian Mizuraki. Madison Rodriguez. Chloe Rule. Peter Schwinn. Austin Stewart. Jason Yerushalmi. Mark Andrade. Colin Baker. Matthew Becker. Robinson Brown. Chanel Collado. Caitlin Cruz. Eleanor Daigle. Bryce Dogallo. Maris Estevez. Maxwell Fink. Emily Green. Christian Homa. Angelica Houston. Cameron Johnson. James Kaiser. Madison Markham. Erica Miller. Molly Scatinato. Adam Solomon. Amelia Vella. Amelia Yoder. Mandy Zhang. Alicia Barreto. Jessica Berman. Jack Carlucci. Shiram Davadi. Juliana Durendi. Hannah Donnie. Philip Ferrero. Jacqueline Ferget. Ethan Harris. Catherine Harris. Jose Jimenez. Emma Kennelly. Medina Kolonovic. John Litze. Isaac Liu. Camilla Malinowska. Jeanette Malode. Tara McVie. Christopher Murray. Leo Orlando. Joshua Rosado. Isabella Swidler. Andrew Bantle. Sarah Block. Caroline Brown. Callista Kane. Vincent Cerbone. Michael Chapin. Sahil Doshi. Enzo Fogno. Kevin Harper. Victoria Hermson. Tori Lucia. Tess McIntosh. Hannah Morrow. Garrett Newman. Pedro Paltinen. Gabriella Passarelli. Kira Proto. Aaron Ramirez. Ryan Salisi. Jaron Sneed. William Stearns. Isabella Tavalacci. Ryan Walsh. Christian Aragon. Asma Ali. Lenasia Brevard. Stephen Clay. Cassandra DiPiero. Mary Jane Dietrich. Liam Gilbert. Colleen Hines. Elizabeth Hines. Muskan Kewaramani. Jungsu Kim. James Kolakowski. Samantha Laning. Lucas Matera. Margaret Mitchell. Joseph Nordal. Sophie O'Brien. Letitia Perez. Beza Sanli. Maxwell Sars. Paul Toner. Ready? Nicole Edentari. Lexi Bierbauer. Claire Corcoran. Khadija Danazumi. Jack Francis. Joe Janaj. Noah Gruder. Fabian Herrera Rodriguez. Christina Hunter. Andrew Hutter. Leo Morgado. Kristen Murphy. Jessica Nuzachi. Jordan Parsons. Adrian Piñeres. Charles Richard. Paul Rivera Jr. Jake Rosenbaum. Oh! Jerry Yu. Randy Zagazeta. Audrey Burns. Claire Byrne. Blake Cheney. Molly Doherty. Philip Galetta. Corey Gomes. Ashley Green. Tobias Hernandez. Jackson Hummel. Mary Elizabeth Kane. Alexander Kempton. Kate Morton. Dana Mula. Angela Paraska. Amanda Petruzzi. Catherine Potenza. Henry Roos. Jeffrey Saganos. Rebecca Solander. Aubrey Stolman. Ifti Alam. Valeria Alarcon. Andrew Caramore. Carly Chesick. Mahima Demiraju. All the way across. Gabby Deutsch. Katharina Gallagher. Peter Hainsworth. Coleman Hessel. Ryan Justo. Sean Lee. Joanne Maxwell. Zachary Michael. Ethan Nishan. Samuel Palmer. Noah Praver. Zachary Ratner. Chelsea Rivera. Thomas Seraphin III. Olivia Vadas. Jacob Weisblatt. Jillian Aducci. Benjamin Ajaman. Kenneth Burgraff. George Cuero. Ria Dave. Danielle Della Garrigue. Alula Diaz. Elizabeth DeGilio. Sarah Gambos. William Henry. Niam Kathari. Catherine Crouchick. Lexi Ann Madden. Donnan Meyer. Carlo Palmieri. Haley Seapot. Jack Seraphin. Siddharth Sunder. Liam John Velasquez. Erica Yaversky. Brandon Young. Caroline Young. Maria Alvarez Guerrero. Michelle Awad. Aristotle Christodakis. Madison Correa. Mallory Elliott. Samuel Gottlieb. Sophia Guerrera. Aiden Kleck. Sierra Karowski. Grace Ludlow. Hannah McDonald. Micah Mahari Hill. Caitlin Mangano. Ryan Muhlenberg. Devin Nuppel. Jacob Patterson. Nicholas Pesci. Dylan Palmer. Anna Rupert. Genevieve Tiago. Jasmine Torres Diaz. Callie Walcott. Noah Zuckerman. Caroline Oferio. Zoe Barrett. Isabella Barroso. Peter Beagle. Dana Calamari. Mackenzie Dooley. Nicole Festa. Michelle Galindo Restrepo. Lana Kareem. Andrew Clayson. Emma Kojic. Kitty Kolchar. Anna McReady's. Michael Nene. Ankush Paul. Mitchell Ranton. Nicholas Reith. Abigail Rosenbaum. Sonia Sayal. Natalie Charbin. Skylar Silva. Layla Solomon. Yeah. Okay. Greta Allen. Yusra Benrahal. Jane Baldragini. John Bransby Zachary. Jason Dockman. Grace Doherty. Mustafa Ibrahim. Ava Fitzpatrick. Thomas Gladstone. Jack Kloster. Jonathan Longmire. Anthony Maldonado. Finian Mobley. Mark Morataya. Hannah Nolan. Jillian Orban. Jolie Patton. Ethan Rodier. Adam Schwartz. Isabella Sameo Perotin. Hannah Zapata. Jessica Becker. Alana David. Emma Eckel. Owen Edminster. Morgan Fisher. Benjamin Grams. Mia Gramasty. Abdur Rahman Khan. Naomi Long. Genesis Madhu. Sheikh Manor, Amala Mandujanin, Jacqueline Mendez, Hector Morales, Braulio Palma, Brianna Pinto, Justin Rhodes, Charles Rodriguez Ferreira, Matthew Sullivan, Samuel Vincent, Connie Abdullah, Winnie Akaba, Amar Ali, Jonathan Cohen, Peter Cullen, Stephanie Don Fonseca, Maria Da Silva, Caleb Darden, Kevin Garcia, Emily Hathwaite, Caroline Lacey, Thomas Marone Musio, Cameron Millington, Jonathan Munson, Michael Murphy, Sana Nagori, Jack Osborne, Callie Panato, Jordan Pistilli, Mafis Rahi, Tristan Saldana, Owen Stanton, Kylim Yoon, Austin Andretta, Claire Brickell, Connor Brickell, Catherine Seta, Melissa Da Silva, Laura Galindo, Jeffrey Garcia, Brian Garcia Velasquez, Aaron Harrington, Matthew Houghton, Samuel Klein, Hope Lester, Alexander Lynch, Robert Mudd, Daniel Mundell, Avery Orachev, Matthew Robb, Jessica Richards, Daniel Russell, Warren Schuster, Zainab Sayel, Rieger Sukri, Benjamin Sullivan, Paula Bender, Valeria Carrillo, William Cohen, Anna Elzanati, Maya Fasula, Olivia Felici, Ryan Gardner, Zoe Gupta, Austin Hockman, Emma Ibanez, Christina Krasniqi, Margaret Lamone, Mason Manware, Allison Militia, Clay Nascimento, Robert Pineda, Margaret Shodetsky, Teddy Tarzali, Caitlin Walsh, Deborah Warren, Lillian Zarate, Lynn Andre, Michael Araya, Alexandra Breben, Justin Couder, Carolyn Doonan, Caroline Egavari, Pedro Fernandez, Devin Fiol, Yusuf Hassan, Catherine Ianazi, Alexis Jackson, Caitlin Kane, Ethan Larkin, Vincent Lombardi, Ashika Madula, Hannah Mallon, Benjamin Orlanik, John Reynolds, Yasmin Schramm, Saicharan Tamasetti, Adrian Trabuco, and Shay Tyler.
We please have a round of applause for Miss Karen Campbell, who did a wonderful job on reading all those names. Thank you, Karen. Just waiting for them all to get back to their seats. So a final message. To our seniors. As we leave the halls of Fairfield Ward High School together tonight, let us be reminded of all those wonderful times we shared. When you entered as ninth graders, our faculty greeted you on your first day of high school with the welcome tunnel in the main lobby. Tonight, we again greeted you as you entered the courtyard on your final ceremony at Ward. We all know Ward is a special place. We wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors. And remember, once a Mustang, always a Mustang. Congratulations. And now, a treat for all of you from the alumni of Fairfield Ward High School.